Let's speak to our social affairs correspondent, Jeremy Ball. I mean, yes, relief for that family, but the children's head teacher there, I mean, she's still pretty worried about others as well, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. This is Amanda Dawson now. She's been contacted by several Afghan judges, most of them women, who are now in hiding because they used to put Taliban fighters in jail. And of course, Amanda's desperate to get them out. Now, I popped down at break time, as you can see here. Amanda showed me a video secretly filmed by one of those judges as she escaped from her home. And as you can imagine, we're protecting her identity.
These armed fighters, they're slinging their assault rifles over the shoulders, clearly looking for somebody. And now we've got some footage of the judge herself, absolutely terrified. You can hear the real fear in her voice. Well, we're incredibly frustrated because if she's caught, she'll be beheaded.
That is just so chilling to hear that. But is there anything that Amanda can actually do?
Well, yeah, she's hoping to get them onto what's known as the Afghan Citizens Resettlement Scheme. Now, that was announced by the government around 4 weeks ago. Amanda's frustrated, though, because it hasn't opened yet. Another man who's frustrated is Lloyd Comer from Derbyshire. Now, he was working as a security contractor. He made a dramatic escape from Kabul dressed like this. We can show you here. Now he's desperate to help those Afghan staff who got him to the airport safely.
I do have a deep sense of guilt and hopelessness, really, for the guys that I left behind. One of whom is has been threatened by the Taliban and is now moving locations regularly. He's a married man with 2 young sons, so I do fear for him greatly.
And I've heard very similar concerns today, and from a Nottingham University expert called Edward Burke. Now, he spent a year and a half with the British police in Kabul, and he says many of the Afghan civilians who worked with them weren't part of that evacuation, and he's really worried that they're now being targeted.
Some people have already been killed who worked, for example, with me in the Ministry of the Interior and the Afghan police. So it's extremely alarming. And these people, you know, they very much kept British police officers safe. They worked in the security office. They were their drivers. They were their translators.
What's the government saying about this?
No specific response to those concerns we've heard about people trapped in Kabul. But we have today had an urgent appeal from the Home Office for more properties to speed up that resettlement scheme. Now, it's offering extra money so that councils aren't out of pocket. It's also given more details about how it's going to prioritise that resettlement scheme, prioritising vulnerable Afghans, particularly those women, religious minorities and people who supported the UK's efforts in Afghanistan.